Hi guys, welcome back to another progress vlog. So today I'll be making Akaza from Demon Slayer, one of the upper moons. I believe he's number 3, and here is his base body. So starting off with the bottom part, he's actually barefoot and his toenails are painted blue. Actually, they're not even toenails. I think it's all of his toes are painted blue. On like the front few stitches, I decided to use skin color, and then I transitioned to cobalt blue by Crafter's Secret. And then for the rest of the leg, it's all simply in skin color. After that, I went ahead and created these white pants and then attached it to him on round 14, and I kind of like scrunched up the pants to make it like more bulky and short, and that way it can show some of his legs as well. And for the rest of this, it's like super simple. It's just going to be his skin color, which I'm using Magnolia Way by Crafter's Secret. And I think one of my favorite parts about this are the eyes. And again, just like all the other Demon Slayer dolls, I have painted the eyes with marker. I used paint marker for his eyes and Sharpie, and then I covered it with a sealant, so I added like the ranks onto his eyeballs. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way these eyes are turning out. I think these look really cool. For this part here, which is supposed to be like the outer parts of the eye, I'm using medium blue by I Love This Yarn. And then for his eyelids, I'm giving him cornerless eyes, and it's colored Tropical Pink by I Love This Yarn. And yeah, this is what it looks like so far. I will be back with the next update. Hi guys, welcome back to another update for the body. So starting off at the bottom right here around his legs, I'm using the color Tropical Pink and chained it to represent like the leg beads. Created 2 of them and then simply sewed it around the legs. Moving upwards, for his belt, I'm using the color Peacock by I Love This Yarn, and I simply took the yarn and wrapped it around twice around the waist, and then I sewed it on the little lines. So like there are lines on the back side, and then there's also lines on the front side. I guess it's supposed to be like the little tassels that hang down, and also helps keep the belts on too. I didn't secure it with glue or anything, just simply sewed it on. And then after that, I'm taking the color Tropical Pink, going down underneath the parts where I did like the 2 little lines on the belt, and then I sewed 2 little lines underneath that one to represent the little pink tassels that he has. I did that on the back and the front side. The back side has like 3 tassels and the front side only has 2, and I think it's just so much easier to sew it on rather than creating separate pieces for this, because they're so tiny. And the next part would probably be the most complicated part of this, which are all the crazy blue lines that he has on his body. I think it looks pretty dang cool, but like there's a lot of sewing that I did for this one, so there's not like any really clear instructions for this. Simply took my yarn needle and sewed it on, and I also glued on the yarns too. I started off with the back side and then worked my way to the front side, and I tried to follow the reference picture as best as I could, and I think I did a pretty decent job for this type of body. I think I got majority of the details actually, so I'm really happy with that. This was kind of unexpected, but I took my black lace yarn by Artiste and then I sewed on some abs for him. I was like, I did that for Inosuke and I thought that was really cool, so he gets the abs too because his are very visible on the front side, and I think it looks freaking amazing. For the head, I'm giving him 2 ears, attached it on. Just count 4 rows from the eyes and 1 row down, and then just glue on the ears. For the hair cap, I'm using the color Tropical Pink. I'm using 4 inner rounds and 3 outer rounds, and make sure to place the hair cap 3 rows above the eyes. Why did I say like? And now that we are here, I'm going to show you that I created his vest. This is what I'll be calling it, the vest. And just to show you really quickly the way it fits, it's very thin line because the doll has a very small body, but when you put it on, it just fits nice and snug. I really like the way this is turning out. I know he has some details on the back of the vest, which I need to glue on some black yarn just for the details, make it really quick and simple. So yeah, nothing too complicated there. I will be back with the next update. Hi guys, welcome back to the next update. So here I did like the details of his face using cobalt blue, the same yarn that I used for his body. So first off, I start off by doing this strand right here, right down the middle. I pinned it down so that way I can get like a nice estimate where I want the blue lines to be. And then I start on this side, which I'm placing this really long strip next to like the corner of his eyes. And then moving to the middle of the eyes, I added a 2nd layer and then a 3rd layer towards the end of the eye. Do the same thing on the other side. It pretty much mirrors it. And what I do is pretty much trim the yarns to the length that I want, and then I will glue it down and just like place it onto the base. And then for the ends of the yarn, I use my broken felt tip needle and I stab that into the head, so that way no loose ends are like fuzzing out towards the end of the yarn. And so far, wow, I am pretty loving how this is turning out, not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be like really hard to do, and well, it kind of is, but it's not too bad either. I really love the way it's turning out, honestly. And I feel like the most tedious part will be the hair, definitely, which I'm about to do right now. So yeah, I'll be back with the next update. Hi guys, welcome back to the next update for the hair. So starting off at the top part, I'm using hair strands from my Nikki Hair Tutorial pattern. So if you want to know how to make your own anime style hairs, link to the description box below to my shop where you can purchase the pattern. I'm starting off with the middle part of the head on this side right here. we're going to be using 4 chains for his entire head because he has like super short pink hair. I decided to slant this 4th chain over here. It's like a little bit over on this side of his face, slanted this way, and then like his bangs kind of part this way. It goes in the opposite direction on the other side. And then I just simply place this on the edge of the hair cap. So right there, it's like right in front of the hair cap. Place the pin down, and then for the triangles in front of his ear, I placed one facing downwards, and the same thing for the other side. When we move along the back side, I have triangles right here. It's like on the last round of the hair cap at the bottom, and I'm going down. We have some more triangles, and eventually it leads to the very bottom of the hair cap right underneath it, because his hair cap is pretty short and so is his hair. So I decided to place these triangles in the back at the very bottom underneath the hair cap, and we're just going to do that all the way around, and then it just kind of goes upwards, so that way when I turn to the front side, you don't really see much of his hairs hanging below his ears. I want to keep it short as possible. And then now that we've done the edges, I will go ahead and go back and place some more hair strands along the hair cap. Hey guys, welcome back to another super quick update for the hair. So for the first part, I went ahead and added 4 chains along the edges of the hair cap, and for the next part, I'm putting 4 chains along the upper round of the hair cap. So pretty much it's going to be like per round, so that way I can use it as a guide in terms of where I'm placing down these spiky hairs. So this part, we have the ear. We have a 4 chain right here. Behind the ear, I'm adding 4 chains that are pointing upwards. It's going to be about 3 to 4 of these 4 chains pointing upwards. After that, I decided to face these 4 chains downwards because it's the back of his hair. It does kind of face downwards when you look at the side profile. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this side as well. Pointing upwards, I'm going to add another 4 chain here and here, pointing upwards, and then starting from here, they will all be facing downwards. And I guess I'll be doing the same thing for the next few rounds, going upwards and placing the pins along the rounds of the hair cap. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's very tedious because you have to create so many spiky 4 chains and then you have to like glue them on. But I think at the end it's going to look very nice. As you can see from this front angle right here, it looks kind of funny right now. I'll be back with the next update. Hey guys, welcome back to the final update for his hair. So I went ahead and completed off the entire thing using all 4 chains, as I mentioned before. And now here's a quick look at the entire hair on the back side. Here we go. All the way around. And so, as you notice on the front part right here, I made a lot of the 4 chains pointing upwards, the triangles. And then, so here's what it looks like from the top of the head. And then when you keep going down, it points like in the same direction, and eventually it goes downwards. So that way when you face the back side, the pointy parts are all facing downwards. So at some point, the transitions, it goes from up, and then all these little inner rows on the back side faces downwards. Because I noticed the way the hair is drawn, on the back side, the hairs are pointing downwards, whereas the sides, they're more pointing upwards. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a little bit hard to explain, but overall I am very satisfied with the way his spiky hair turned out. It was a lot of work. I took many breaks to glue this on, but yeah, overall I'm very satisfied. I haven't even counted how many hair strands I'm using for him yet, but I feel like it's quite a lot. So yeah, what do you guys think of the doll so far? Honestly, I think this has to be my most favorite Demon Slayer doll I've created so far, just because the colors are a lot brighter than the other ones. Compared to the reference photo, I believe the blue stripes on him is supposed to be darker. But for some reason, I'm using cobalt blue and it's a little bit brighter, but I love the color combination of how it looks on the doll, and it looks very bright compared to the other dolls. And thanks to those who donate to me on Ko-fi monthly, as it really helps fund my supplies. I'll be back with another Demon Slayer video soon. Bye!